Welcome back. It is exactly 9:42 a.m. and we are going to once again attempt to speak with Mohammad Hadees Pardes. He is an Afghani journalist based in Islamabad in Pakistan to look at the issue about the banning of Taliban women from many public university subjects in Afghanistan. Assalamu alaikum to you once again, Mohammed. Welcome to the program. I do hope you can hear me loudly and clearly.
Thank you very much, Julia, for having me. Walaikum salam. Yes, I can hear you properly.
Okay, so let's look at the issue. The Taliban has been in control or in power for the past year and a half. People have been suggesting that they need to be given time to get this issue in place regarding access of education to girls and women. But a year and a half on, things haven't really moved ahead. As a matter of fact, we are seeing that women are being marginalized in the tertiary space. They're only allowed to study certain subject types. Why do you think that is happening?
Look, with powers of Pakistan and this control of the government, at the initial stage, they promised that they will provide the facilities and they will allow the women and girls for education. But after spending almost 1.5 years, we are seeing that the ground reality is different, quite different. And as per my understanding and information, a group of there are also some kind of elements amongst the Taliban, the hardliners, that they're not allowing or they're not wanting the women to continue their education. So that's why they're putting pressure on the whole this de facto government to, I mean, but from other side, not only the international community, the Afghan people, the Afghan women and girls, on daily basis, they're asking from the Taliban to allow them for education because that is when the decision of not allowing the women and girls for education is not based on when they are saying the interpretation of Islam. When they link this decision to Islam, it's obviously very much clear in Islam. Islam obliges both the women and men to education. So that's why this decision, and summary, I can say by passing every day, the decision of not allowing women and girls for education would be put the Taliban in kind of tense situation, and it's putting Taliban in more pressure because in the general perception, I mean, the people, the Afghan people, the international community, even some of the Talibani ministers in hiring officers, they want to that the girls should educate, continue to educate. But this decision will obviously that the Taliban is I don't know how they're gonna deal, but it's by passing every day they would be in kind of hard and difficult situation, and the pressure is climbing on them.
All right, I understand that the girls are now given the right to choose from only 7 of 13 faculties. They aren't allowed to take subjects like journalism, agriculture, veterinary medicine, engineering, or economics. And those are very valuable. Those are very valuable subjects. And if they're not allowed to study those subjects in about 5-7 years' time, there's definitely going to be a vacuum in Afghanistan because these type of positions need to be filled and the economy needs to be kick-started. And these are the very type of subjects that's going to allow for the economy to turn around.
Look, Julia, you're quite right. I mean, the problem is when on the previous government, education, the main demand of the people and the Afghan people is to not politicize the kind of the education phenomena, because on the previous government as well, the people under Islamic rule and regulation, they were continuing and practicing and continuing their education. But when the Taliban, they are coming and they are saying we're gonna impose new kind of rule and regulation, and yes, I mean the people, they are saying okay, that's fine, but that would be not. I mean, it doesn't make sense that 1.5 year and more than that, the people are just waiting for their rule and regulation. That how the Taliban gonna impose the new rule and regulation. When after 1.5 years, so obviously, I mean the people are in the general perception. The main concern with the people is that they are not allowing and they're not wanting the women and girls for education. So when they are saying that the environment is not ready and there are kind of technical problems, but after 1.5 years, they are not been enabling, like they have the control of the full of the government. But after 1.5 years, they are not been enabling to kind of provide the opportunity and facilitate the environment and the other facilities. So it means that they are not funds, and there are some certain elements that they are not allowing the women for education. So that is a concerning issue. So I believe that in the near soon, because I mean, not neither the international community nor the Afghan people will accept with the Taliban that the girls and the women, when the banning of school, it's kind of a very rising, a pressing decision for the Taliban, and it would obviously challenge the Taliban government. And I believe that in the near soon, if they don't find any kind of solution, it would be very much hard for them to, after a few weeks and months, that how they're going to control the general perception, the people, the international community. So in the different fronts, they are dealing and fighting not only with the people, with the international community, and even they don't
Okay.
have some kind of legitimate.
All
Yeah.
right, Mohammed, do you believe we do know that the American government is sitting with all of the Afghanistani people's reserves, gold reserves, and the money, and this runs into billions of dollars. They're refusing to release the money to the Afghani people for the Afghanis to start rebuilding Afghanistan after 20 years of occupation, firstly by the Russians and then, of course, by the Americans. Do you believe that if they open up education for girls all across the universities, allow girls to go to school from school going age and to qualify at university as well, that the international community may put pressure on the Americans to start relieving funds, much needed funds, for the Taliban to start building the country, the money is sorely needed to build up the country.
You're right. I mean, look, there are some practical questions that should be answered from the Taliban. The first question and the important is, I mean, if the international community and the Afghan people, the Afghan girl and woman, they are asking for education. So why the Taliban government, why they are not allowing the girls and women for education? What is that? I mean, after 1.5 years, that doesn't make sense. You're saying technically we are not really in kind of thing. I mean, so that's why if the issue of the recognition of the Taliban government, the recognition that they're asking for from the international community, recognize the regime, but I'm not sure with these kind of, I mean, if you are not allowing the women and the girls for education and putting more restriction on them, so how are you gonna expect from the international community that they release the money and they help you, because they have already their uh, kind of, I mean, that is not only the question in the demand of the international community. So there are, I mean, in 21st century, governing a country kind of, I mean, dealing with the international community. If they are asking something, I mean, that is not the demand of not only I mentioned the demand of international, that is the demand of the people. If you are not fulfilling the demand of the people, how you are expecting the international community to release your money to assist you to rid of this. I mean, that is the economical catastrophe. The people are suffering
Absolutely.
very economically.
Absolutely. And
Yeah,
these women who qualify in their different fields are going to be there to help rebuild the country, to take Afghanistan back to its days of glory. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you indeed for your time on the show this morning. And we will be watching this. We do hope and pray that the women in Afghanistan are given the free choice to study in whichever field they choose to study so that they can help rebuild Afghanistan. Assalamu alaikum to you, Mohammad Hadees Pardes, Afghani journalist based in Islamabad in Pakistan.
Humanity sets the agenda.